Hi guys, this is Lashette from Scarlet Mood Creations, and I am back with a new video. This is my mid-November reading wrap-up where I talk about the first half of the books I read in the month of November. Okay guys, so I think for so far this video is filming actually pretty close to when it will go up. The closest so far for the vlogmas videos. So today I'm filming this. This has been the week that I've been sick. I know I did some community posts uh, the first day I was sick. I was just out of it. And then after that, I came back the next day and I had the energy, some energy, and I was able to focus my brain enough to edit and upload a video. And I thought, okay, I can do this. The next few videos are all filmed. It's just editing. I'm behind, but not a lot. And then the day after that, my mind was like, I was exhausted and my face hurt. I know why my face hurt. It's related to the illness, but when that happens, I can't concentrate, so I couldn't focus on editing. So the next day, I like, okay, now I'm actually feeling like the illness has passed. I'm just dealing with what I'm dealing with now, with the aftermath of every respiratory illness I get, which is all snot, mucus, and you know, it's hard to breathe, and my nose a lot. My speaking voice is a little bit gravelly. So yeah, and I was just really, really tired, and I thought, well, I think my body's telling me I need to take a break. So I did go out last night. I knew this was coming up. One of my close friends had a holiday party at his place on Roosevelt Island, so I just kind of prepared for that. I technically have been filming because we've been decorating in our house, so I have to set up my father's camera, my father's phone camera, uh, to film us decorating, and he basically knows what to do too. So that's where those clips are coming from. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty good now. However, I want to talk about the books for November. In November, I participated in this one readathon, the 30 and 30 manga challenge. This was created by She Geeks Out, and co-hosts were Tamika's Library, I believe her channel was called. Links in the description. Co-hosts also were Lock Petition and Bookish Realm. So because the latter two, Ashley and Bree from Bookish Realm and Lock Petition, have been running the Realm of Comic Book Club this year. Been reading a lot of comic books and graphic novels, and following Ashley's new channel, Realm of Comics. She talks about manga on there as well. So I'm getting back into manga. Manga is not new to me. I have some, but not a lot because that's a bigger budget than I than even books, and I don't have the budget for books right now. So, you've seen on my channel, particularly over the last year or so, I've been reading more and more manga. It's not going to become mostly manga reading, but this month and probably next month, Still not as much as this one. I have a lot of manga to talk about. What I decided to do for 30 and 30, I have like 2 or 3 series that I've already started and I know I really enjoy and I wanted to jump back into. And the majority of the rest of the manga are brand new. They're all volume 1. So I thought in my head, oh, I'll do like try a manga instead of try a chapter. It'll be like try a volume, and that's what I did. Meanwhile, Gavin over here is putting up a poll on Twitter like, hey, vote for the next manga series I will be doing. And he got the idea from Daniel Green, who also did something similar. Now, Gavin's video, his like tournament of manga came out yesterday. So why didn't I think of this? And I am sort of kind of planning on doing that. So the way this video is going to go is not necessarily in. Oh no, it will. Okay. We're going to talk about a manga series that is ongoing for me, and their manga volumes are not too big for the most part, so I'll let you know the ones that I want to continue, and at some point I will have my own little tournament. I'm not going to do like all the things Gavin did because I'm not trying to add that struggle to my already struggling video editing process, but I will put many of these against each other and pick out which series I'm going to continue first. Now, some of these first volumes, I was like, I don't, probably not. Okay, so the first book that I finished in the month of November was The Children of the Whale, Volume 4 by Abby Umeda. I've been reading this series slowly over the year, very slowly, and I decided, well, you need to read several volumes, and this is the perfect time to do so. This is a fantasy shoujo manga, and we're following the citizens of the Mud Whale, which is this ship that sails on this endless sea of sand. There's a small community, and they're mostly young, but that is because some of them have this magical power, and those with magical powers tend to die young. So they've been on the Sea of Sand. They've never seen anyone else before for generations, it seems. Until one day, in the first volume, they come across another ship that seems to have been abandoned, but not really. There's one survivor, so now they have met their first person, and they have a lot of questions, but this person doesn't necessarily have a lot of answers. Uh, so, yeah. In this particular volume, the action from the previous one keeps going, and we get some interesting information that is also confusing, and we meet some new characters. I just, there's some stuff that happens. Like, so as far as action goes here, I feel like it's probably really good because I can follow along for the most part what's happening, but I feel like this is where the art style is not the best, only because when the magic is being used in this way, like in battle or action scenes, it becomes more confusing to tell in this whole grayscale what exactly is going on. Depth of field perspective is a little harder for me to differentiate. In this way, I feel like I wish this was in color. Like, these colors are gorgeous. Um, but yeah, the story gets deeper and deeper, and I'm more and more intrigued as we go on with this. I wound up giving this 4.5 stars, which I think is my highest rating for this series so far. But yeah, so that is that one. The next manga I finished was the first for my 30 and 30. I kind of jinxed myself with the reading, as I always do. I have requested all of these manga, and then they came in and I want to read none of them. I was like, which should I read first? Analysis, paralysis, decision making, fatigue, all of that. I was in the mood for romance, and none of the manga that were romance were coming in yet. So I went to the Overdrive app of my library, and my love mix-up popped up, and this is by Wataru Hinekure. This is another YA manga where we're another shoujo, and we're following this guy who is in school, and he is crushing on this shy female classmate of his, but he finds out when borrowing her eraser that she actually has a crush on another male classmate. So since he has a crush on her, like, I'll do anything for her. And so he's trying to get her and the other classmate together, but going about it in a very awkward manner. So the other guy is just like, huh, do you like me? All of this over an eraser. So the story continues from there. It's very cute, very ridiculous. Um, Too many oblivious characters, but it's very sweet, and it turns out kind of like that in this. I well, not turns out kind of like that. I do like that, but it turns out sweet, kind of slice of life, high school crush is what I really needed at the time. So I do plan on continuing this. Will it be the physical copies or not? I don't know. But I gave this a 3.5 stars. I like manga art style, so I think more than most art styles. Like where her parents like comic book various types and then graphic novels various types. I think I tend to like manga. If we can avoid the huge eyes, I wouldn't mind, but I don't hate them. I just, it feels like a light touch. A little bit of color, light background, light outline. So, next book I picked up was also a slice of life manga based on Fans Volume 1. This is by Kanato Oka. This I picked up on recommendation by Ashley, and I really enjoyed this. This is following a bunch of people. Well, let me just read. Kanade Sora has never been to a music festival before, but when her friend Otoha lures her along with the promise that her favorite band will be playing, she finds herself having more fun than she imagined. Then one small show is enough to hook her at what might a huge overnight event at a major venue be like. As Kanade dives into the whole new world of rocking out with her life, will her life ever be the same? So, Kanade and Otoha are teenagers, but this guy and his boss is who bosses Taha's older brother, and he is also into music festivals. So in this volume, the two of them go to a completely different festival, more low key, they camped and everything like that. So I'm gonna go to a music festival. I'm a huge music lover. I also do not like crowds, but I wanted to try a music festival since like I became really aware of them, and uh, I think it was in my late teens where they really started getting big here in the US. We have ones for all types of genres in all types of locations. And when I was a kid, in my head, it was just like Woodstock, and I'm not really for that. And we have several here in New York City. I just haven't gone. They're also expensive, but I like the idea of going on these trips with them and discovering, new music and the idea of like there's the possibility of camping, that you can be in the thick of it at the gate, um, at the front, the word for the front is killing me, or you be further away, not in the mix of the crowd. Um, I think there might want to be a romance here, but we have a newbie and someone who's not new but too young to fully experience them, and then two guys who are like hardcore music festival goers. I liked that variety of experience, so we get to see the festival through different experience people's eyes. And yeah, I am here for it. It was very chill and in a on a topic that I am very interested in. What did I give this? Based on Fez, I gave 4 stars. So the next one I picked up, actually before Days on Fez, I picked up the one book. Seaside Stranger, Volume 1, maybe no Étranger. I don't know even, because that's like French, Étranger. So, anyway, Story and Art by Keith Kana. Another one I picked up because Ashley had been reading it, and I was kind of dubious going in because there is trigger warnings for what many may see as sexual assault. I say. This is a boy love manga. Probably shoujo. I didn't look for this particular one because I don't know if you I say it's not necessarily a hard no for me, but this we're following two guys who meet on this like island resort town. One has been living there a while, the other not. And one kid is like sad because something has happened in his life and he's kind of withdrawn. The other one who's been living on the island for a while trying to approach him and like get to know him and find out what's making him sad or whatever. The sad kid is like, oh well, I'm leaving the island. And the other guy is like, kind of a little upset about that supposedly. And then Neo, the sidekick, comes back after 3 years looking to reconnect with the other guy. The other guy is just like, I'm no longer interested. So Neo's trying to convince him to continue their relationship. Here's the thing, this volume, I didn't really get most of that. Like, yeah, Neo was sad boy hours or whatever. They look really young, by the way. And supposedly, the other guy, what the hell, Shun, is openly an out gay man, an adult, probably somewhere in his 20s. Neo's high schooler, but they both look like high schoolers, or at least the way I'm used to high schoolers being drawn in shoujo manga and anime. That's problem number one. Problem number two is their relationship. I don't know why Shun was supposedly so upset. The like time is really hard to read here. They didn't seem like they really hung out and got close or to know each other long enough for Shun to really be upset. Neo did say, "Hey, I'll call or I'll write or whatever," and then he never did. So that is, um, he broke his promise. Okay, but like I don't know why she was treating him to a degree because the foundation of their relationship for him to be that upset wasn't built here. And then like the essay. So Leo comes back trying to rekindle their relationship. I don't know what relationship, but his thing is we should have sex, and it's not explicitly stated. So I was confused for a while. I'm like, what is he pushing from? What is Shun really like? Hell no about because and once I realized it's like intimacy, okay, then like why is he pushing so hard for this? Then Shun's ex-girlfriend comes into things and this gets real dramatic real quick for no damn reason, in my opinion. Right? There's like, you should go with her, and you should choose him over me, and there's, dumping water over people's heads, and I'm just like, what is all of this for? Like, y'all don't have I'm not believing in the relationship, the attention. There is none. Um, at the essay scene is, Neo pushing for sex, like, in a more physical way, or even kissing. Just like, June literally says no, and he, like, climbs on top of him anyway, and is, like, holding his arms out. So, that's where we're at. And I'm just like, this is not well written. The panels don't really tell me, like, I'm not getting the space of time. So everything feels like it's happening back to back, and it's like, I, yeah, I'm not gonna continue this one. So it's not in the bracket. I Call has it at 3 stars for me, which I mean the art style I really enjoyed. So I guess I was like, where is this going? But I was also highly confused. The next is finally, Full Metal Alchemist 21 by Hiromu Arakawa. This is a very popular shonen manga. Um, my dad has had the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood VHS tape for as long as I can remember, at least 20 years. I haven't watched them. I've watched nothing. I've read nothing because I'm like, I want to read the manga, but I have never actually put any effort into doing so. So, this is like a fantasy manga. We're following two brothers in this world where alchemy exists, like a magical power here, and they are alchemists. They too. They started practicing alchemy at a very young age. Their mother had passed away, and that's when they started practicing alchemy. I mean, they did a very powerful, forbidden spell or something, and both of them got injured. One lost an arm and a leg, the other his whole body, and is trapped in this like suit of armor. So they're like agents of the government, or at least one of them is. and they're doing this to try to find the Philosopher's Stone. In this volume, we get introduced to them. It's hilarious. I can fully picture this as an anime, like how the panels will turn into uh, moving visual media. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It very much gave me that feeling of Naruto, like there's some depth here. It's gonna take time to build up to. It's also hilarious. Um, these two, there will be like these little hijink stories. There was in this one. Oh, we gotta go in, some bad guys in the background, and I'm interested in learning more. I wound up giving this 4 stars, so it's going in the bracket. So the next manga I finished was 30 and 30. Spy Family. This is by Tatsuya Endo. Volume 1. Uh, I think it's very popular on BookTube right now, and also there's an anime on Netflix. So I've been hearing about it. I've been curious. I enjoyed it. I will definitely be continuing this. So we're following a spy, Twilight, whose latest mission given to him is that he has to infiltrate a private school, and a very prestigious private school for uh, young children. He is not a child. So, for his deep cover, he has to get a family, which includes a wife and a child. Uh, the child obviously is necessary for him to have enrolled into the school, and the wife, well, one of the requirements for this prestigious school's enrollment is that they have a complete family unit. So, single dad ain't gonna get his kid in there. Let's not even touch that. Our spy, what is his name again? Oh, we'll just call him Twilight. On the back cover here, he is like flabbergasted by it because he works alone, always. But in order to catch the bad guy working at the school, he has to do this. So he goes out to recruit some innocent people to make his cover. What he does not realize is that the daughter he acquires is a psychic, a telepath, so she can read minds, and the wife he acquires is an assassin. So you know it's gonna be ridiculous. But I loved it. This story has heart and mystery and some action and hilarity. One of the things I enjoy about manga, I don't remember if this is shown. Oh, it says Shonen Jump. So this is a shonen manga. What I like, particularly about shonen and shoujo, is that they include comedy so well. It's just, you know, there are absolutely absurd things. The whole scene with the entrance exam just to get into the building was absolutely ridiculous. And I loved every second of it. Loved every second of it. But I just really enjoy that from manga. I feel like weaving in humor and absurdity, even with dramatic things going on, emotional things, giving you, they give characters depth. They capture the funniness of life. Like, life is funny. And absolutely. Um, and I'm already attached to these three. You can see them here on the back. I love the art style. I feel like I think out of all of these, this is probably my favorite. Um, we have some cool backgrounds as well, so the panels are not just people and then white space in the back, which I appreciate. This is definitely my favorite art style. This 4.5 stars. This has gotten the highest rating of manga so far. Definitely going to be going in the bracket. Going in the bracket. I know why people enjoy this, and it's really hard for me not to watch the anime until I finish. Okay, so the next thing I finished this was not a manga, but Shay says we can include comic books and graphic novels in our 30 and 30. So, yes, this is A Girl Called Echo Volume 1, Pemmican Wars. This series is the November pick for the Realm of Comics book club. And this is an indigenous story written by an indigenous author. I'm not sure about the illustrator and color artist, but I will check. So, own voices. And I didn't realize until this came in that these were so thin. I was still reading Lock and Key, which I'll talk about in my November wrap up. I was like, I can't do something so thick, right? And then it turned out to be 48 pages. So I was kicking myself. Anyway, we're following Echo de Jardines, who is a young teenager who seems to have been separated from her mother for some reason. She is I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, Métis girl. The Métis are an indigenous group known mostly to have lived in Canada, that section of North America. Alyssa's, before I was about to start this, she was like, this is a quiet comic. And she's very correct. There is not a lot of text at all. Like, there are entire page threads where there's no text. Or if there is text, it's like 2 words. That's it. While Echo is in her history class one day, she falls asleep and finds herself back in time in Saskatchewan territory, or it was Canada. And this is during the Pemmican War time. So, over the course of the story, she finds herself in going back in time, winding up making friends with someone in that area, and learning about Métis history as she goes. It was very interesting. I didn't know what to expect. Like, this cover does not tell you anything. I enjoyed this. The art style I like, don't love. It's more digital art, but it's fine. I think it's mostly the lighting that bugs me. So there's like this sci-fi time travel aspect, so that as the genre. For Pemmican Wars, I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. The last book that I'm going to talk about in this video is Orange by Ichigo Takano. I heard about this via back in the book a while ago. So this is the complete collection edition. I was very confused when I picked it up. Volume 1. So this has three volumes in it, I think, or is it 4? Okay. I appreciate having a collected edition, but this small and this chunky is annoying as hell to read. Oh. I have to say that. That is one thing, that's one drawback. I don't know if that complete collection will be a thing for me. Okay, so in this book, we're following Naho, who one day gets a letter from her future self saying that one of her friends in their friend group will no longer be with her, or with them in 10 years, I believe it is. And so Naho should do everything that this letter describes as happening. Here are some things that she should change so that, this can save this person's life. And the story goes from there. Obviously, Naho is like, what? And very confused. She doesn't believe it at first, but as stuff in the letter starts coming true, she starts following it, the recommendations for changing things, and the story goes from there. This is very lovely in that way. Trigger warning for possibility of a suicide or discussion of the possibility of a suicide. They're all in high school for the most part. This does go back and forth in time, and I don't feel like there's like a rhyme or reason for when it does. Like we see them in the future as in their 20s versus in high school and their teens. How their lives have changed. You know who's not going to be there pretty early on, so that's not the mystery. It's like how and why and whatnot. And the big mystery is the letter. Like, how does that happen? So this has a bit of a sci-fi element. There's also a pretty big romantic element, but in a very shoujo kind of way, manga kind of way, not in a U.S. romance type of way. It's sweet, but we don't really talk about it type of way. And I enjoy that, the slow build up. I really enjoy this. I wound up giving it 4 stars in some of the later volumes in this collected edition. We get some reveals I was not expecting. I was like, and then I felt kind of stupid because, like, it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Not at all. But I now have even more questions, to be perfectly honest. Like, so what did they do? What really happened? And I plan to continue this because it's a collective edition. I read several volumes already. I am not going to include this in my manga bracket. I'm just going to read the next collected, complete collection too, and that takes me to the end of the story. So, yes, those are the books I read, or the first half of the books I read in the month of November, and for 30 and 30. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in my 30 and 30 so far. Can you see that maybe I can hit 30 manga? But that's okay. I'm okay with that. But this is also why I'm continuing in December for 25 days of manga. Oh yeah, guys, like this video if you liked it. Twitter pause. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. Vlogmas shall continue past Christmas Day, obviously, I would say. So, I know it was a week pushed back for everything. Let me know if you participated in 30 and 30. How did you do? Are you participating in the 25 days of manga? How are you doing? Did you like any of these? Like, any thoughts? Either in my December wrap up or sometime in January, I will talk about the brackets or show you the brackets as I narrow down my books. Links in the description, as always, to everything I talked about, as well as the social media for me. If you'd like to follow me anywhere else, there's also a 10% off discount code to my Etsy shop where I make all natural bath and body products for spiritual and mundane purposes. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.